New the work stream. Oh, there we go. All right, it doesn't seem to like the intro screen here. Um, oh, here we go. ChatGPT. Okay, well, series is called GPT with me. I think GPT's done hallucinating like it did yesterday. I saw that turn up in the news this morning, which is quite fascinating. But yeah, let's get into some work here. Cool. All right. So what were we busy doing? We were busy writing a blog post about kind of this idea of linking GPT commands together and how it reminded me of Unix commands. So let's see if we can get something a little bit more sensible out of this. So I'm going to go back to ChatGPT and just say, given this outline about linking GPT. So I asked something about this outline. I pasted the outline. Once again, there's no prompt magic. This is what works for me. You may find something works differently for you, putting it all up front and then giving it data. Find a workflow that works. I think that's the most important part. Help me flesh this out so I can write a blog post about it. Just be silly. Just do silly things, throw stuff out there, see what it comes back with. Blog post outline. Okay, use an expanded version of the outline. Okay, so I'm gonna say I don't want an want the full blog post. See, type in like crap. It still picks it up, and no need to be perfect. It's gonna do that A/B testing thing. Okay, I prefer this. This just speaks to me more. Harnessing the power of GTP instances, a new frontier in development around software, especially effective tools pave the way for innovation. The age of gravity set an marked revolution. Fast forward to the present day, and the cusp of another revolutionary leap in the form of GPTs. Now, it doesn't quite understand the GPTs is referring to what was plugins but became GPTs in the GPT store. I'm using quotes around the store. It's not really a way. I haven't found a way to monetize it yet. No one I've talked to knows. I think it's more just the idea of collecting GPTs somewhere. So it's kind of, unaware of the outside world. And I think after we get this blog post done, one of the things I want to do is go build a little GPT that pulls in outside web pages. Like maybe I could ask it to go query the web about GPTs. Let's try that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It'd be nice to at a GPT, like at pull in, and tell it like a specific source or to just generally Google the web. Um, that could be an interesting little exercise in getting GPTs put together. Uh, yeah. Um, the short and bland GPTs modify Chat GPT with special in a Chat GPT session. Use at specialized bots, passing it the chat context pipe did with commands. Nothing but use it. So let's just give it a little more insight. Let's see what it comes up with. Yeah, I'm hopeful. Maybe we're just kind of using it to help iterate, to ideate, to kind of move through what we're trying to do. Excuse me while I eat my breakfast. It's starting to get a little bit better. Yeah, a little more towards. I mean, it's just ideation. It's just opinion. It's just speculation. I'm just taking a really simple concept, rolling it around. It sparked a few different ideas. What could I build a tool chain with said awk and grep effectively in GPT land? Would I want to treat the chat session as a terminal? Does that make sense? It's comfortable for me. I'll spend many years there. Probably not everyone, and I have no idea where the experiment would end, but throw it in the pile. Okay, so it's giving me something that's a little bit closer to what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is a bit more kind of the vision I had in my head, and I think that's the piece that I really enjoy about um, doing sessions with ChatGPT is I can kind of have this idea. Maybe I can get a few sentences out, maybe a couple paragraphs, and we can start kind of exploring that space. And it somehow seems to pick up the essence of where I want to go. Maybe I'm just really good at giving it the insights I want. Maybe there's something more. I don't know. I keep coming back to this. It works for me. I'm not going to think too much about it. I'm not a doomsday kind of person. It's a useful tool, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. So I'm gonna go. I kind of like this. So I'm gonna pull this out, and we're gonna go over to here, and I think we're ready to take that out and plunk that in. Obviously, I mean, this is still a work in progress, so I'm just going to do that. And what you see here is it picked up, interestingly, this is quite special, I think, with Ghost and ChatGPT. I didn't expect it to work this way. As it pasted it in, Ghost picked it up, put all the right formatting in. That doesn't happen with like Google Docs. Like I've got to go through a whole series of steps to massage the data out. That would probably be another really useful little like app. It'd be like, hey, cool, I've done this. Like, push it to a Google Doc with the right formatting. I don't know, might be worth it. Something there. Just these little box of utilities. It's probably not going to be set awk and grep, but there's going to be a little box of utilities, at least for my needs. That'll make my life easier. I like to explore making it at the GPT level. I think there's an idea here of, even though I'm a software engineer by trade for fun, I've been doing it for like over 30 years writing some form of code. I don't want to start at the code with this. I want to start at this higher level of abstraction, kind of, taking it as one tool and seeing how I can build a small toolbox. How can I get it to compose together to create value for me? So the idea is software's always been a means through which innovation flows. We move from hardware, we have to physically design things, into software where there's a little more agility, more flexibility on ideation. And I think GPTs, this conversational AI is the next step. And I think it's not just a 1x or 2x type of situation. I think this is like a 1,000x or 100x or whatever factor is impactful to you. It's like moving to written language. I saw someone last night. He's an AI pioneer. He's been involved in a lot of the previous AIs with text to speech and that kind of stuff. Because AI's been around. This isn't new. It's hit that tipping point of utility in our everyday lives, and that's where I think that likening it to language is key. Like it is like a new form of language. It's a new way of communicating. If it's with a computer, we've had ways before, but now we carry on. So how do I continue to create that innovator's toolkit, that creative toolkit that allows me to explore ideas without getting into the code? Now, sure, at some point I'm going to get into code. We're going to put agents and RAG and all of that fun stuff, but I think there's a space here to make innovation a little more attainable to areas where maybe it wasn't traditionally attainable: finance, law, marketing. Giving them tools like putting GPTs and Zapiers together to build workflows that help them reduce manual processes, help them be better at things. I think there's a lot of room for value there. Anyway, that's me spouting off about the future. Who knows? Okay, so I mean, this looks like a pretty nice blog. I got this idea of linking GPTs together. I want to go back here, and I just want to say, can you please check this against the web. Open of GPTs and using at. Okay, so it's still giving me this like I can't get out type of thing, and like it's annoying. It's like it did used to be a little more open about querying the web. Like in some version, I think they changed things slightly. You know, what I find interesting is like, yeah, back to this toolkit idea. Like, maybe not this week, maybe next week we can jam on that a bit. I do have some other commitments I need to deliver on. But yeah, I think we'll kind of use GPTs to start filling in this space. You know, how do I keep moving forward meaningfully? Um, Anyway, it's not going to get out. Go look at the internet for me. It's kind of annoying, but that's okay. I used to be able to paste URLs, get it to search, kind of nudge it along, get it to go query the web through Bing. Um, I guess it's the nature of a very dynamic product. All right, so let's go back and let's actually read what it put out for us. Leveraging the past to pioneer the future, you got to use composability and AI's potential. That's a heck of a mouthful, right? What did it tell us for? Beyond you, visiting a future with linked GPT instances. Just gonna go back and I had this title, but you have suggested different one in the Google. So I'm just kind of asking something in between. You know, I think there's two different extremes. Certainly, there's try looking for perspective. So I'm gonna go with B here. No particular reason. Usually, I just kind of read the first few sentences, whatever catches my eye. I go with. Maybe the more intelligent thing would be to let it kind of play all the way through. I don't know. Like I said, both instances are there. All right, cool. From Unix to AI bridging composability. Oh, I like that so much better. Yeah, see, with ChatGPT was just getting a little bit odd yesterday, and like I said, it was in the news. Um, you know, saw it this morning. And yeah, here we are. Okay, cool. From Unix to AI, bridging composability with the future of generative. So what does it tell me about that? The title captures the historical significance of Unix composability, modular principles while looking ahead to the interactive remaining and citizen era evolution lessons from the past. Okay, okay, cool. Now, with a new title, are there any additions or edits to the blog? To show to more explicitly draw a connection between the foundation. So that's what I'm driving at. That's really kind of the nugget that was in my head. Um, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to give it the blog and say so how we include this detail in the post. And I'll say something like full updated post, please. That's more because if I don't, sometimes it'll just give me edits. Sometimes it'll give me the full post. I find these days it's a little more conservative, so it'll just give me the edits generally. I like that one better. Go with B today. Like, kind of maybe there's a bit of nostalgia here. Those are my roots. Um, my first computer was a Mac, not a Unix machine, but a few years later, kind of around college age, I started playing with Linux. Really enjoy it. I've never been a big gamer. In fact, the only game I can say I've reliably played was probably the original Diablo in high school, simply because it got me off the farm. Um, gaming was a means of an escape from a physical reality, not necessarily just a social reality. Um, hard work. Yeah. See, the more you work with it, the more it kind of starts to zone in on the concept. I mean, it's anything creative, right? The more I write drafts of an article, the more I'm going to go through the revisions and refinement and kind of narrow in on the essences of what I want to be projecting. It's just a lot faster with AI, where you can start to fill in a lot of that detail. If you can drive it right, you can start to really collaborate with it in a way that's just so much faster. Gosh, we're what, 15 minutes into this stream, something like that, and we've popped out the article. I mean, we would have finished yesterday. My partner hadn't started hallucinating, but that is the risk with cutting edge technologies, and that's all right. Nothing's mission critical. Let's go back here. I'm just going to replace it. I may disagree with this idea. I may want to have blended. So let's go read it. From Unix to AI, bridging composability with the future of generative technology. In the golden age of Unix, the introduction of aggressive set of options and more than new tools, your harbingers of philosophy, whichever altered the landscape of software development, rooted in simplicity, composability, and modularity. This philosophy limited the path to great power through the chaining of small, focused programs for complex operations, not only facilitate software, but also empower developers to solve intricate problems with elegant pipe-based solutions. Now, this is where I might want to go on a little bit and talk about. Let me open a note. To do expand on this as and they're writing tons of code. You have these utilities. You can write script kind of that level up above like C and other things at that time. So it was that idea. Scripts were kind of a layer above something like C. So now we've got GPTs that are maybe a layer above. I don't know, workflow engine. I don't know. Um, it's just in the brick and the advantage, right? So you can push boundaries where possible. The parallel ability to generate. Okay, so that's wrong. To clean up GPT. Clean it up so it references OpenAI. I mean, this it's not completely wrong. It's just not the idea people are going to be coming here to look for. The app connector, new collaboration measure, which is getting the ad simple can the pipe, mostly past the parts accomplish. Yeah, I need to go find maybe a little bit of insight about what an actual GPT is, and throw it at the blog. It's going to be copy and paste. So I think where I'm going to look to kind of follow my better, faster, stronger philosophy is going to be on the better and faster components, like places where I'm copying and pasting data into the chat session. I want to start building little package utilities to go out and get that information. Like I said, a little web scraper. Maybe it scrapes the URL. Maybe it can do a more general web search. Probably start scraping URL. Just step forward. I think I can use Zapier to do that. So no code. Pretty cool. Um, push that through. And continue that way. The path to discovery, the beauty of Unix philosophy lies in the encouragement of experimentation by adopting the juice. Yeah, I think I want to sprinkle a little bit more of the OpenAI GPT stuff in here because it's got the idea, but it's got the wrong concept of the GPT. Looking forward to the future, canvas of possibility as we venture into the search of innovation balance, which since wider specialties. Yeah, okay. Healthcare conclusion. All right, let's see. Open AI Chat GPT store. Well, let's go here. We'll explore GPTs. Oh, okay. Okay, so if I go back here, and I go back, and I'm going to use a little trick where you highlight something, and I'm going to say something like, okay, cool, that is the core tech, but I am, or one can, so I just paste it in, doesn't matter, formatting, it's not like it's a word processor. Refined approach that includes specific customization capabilities, narrative. Okay, so get a little bit closer. I just gave it a snippet of information. Um, um, analytics, crafting PDFs, saves it to a text file. I don't see anything trying to put it into context. That's interesting. Okay, let's see here. So we have ways to push the boundaries further. Particular member customers. Okay, cool. That's looking good. Um, I don't want to snip it. Share. Okay, I gotta go like preview and then kick it out. And then if I come down here, I should be able to share.
Back to, how do I use it in my day-to-day work? Uh, can't say I've ever done this before.
Okay, so let's come back here. Let's give me something. Thanks for that. A video where I demo GPTs together. Where should it go? All right, we're gonna go back to the editor. I don't think I need that anymore. Got a pretty decent little bit of stuff coming through now. Uh, blog post after the Act Connector Vision New Paradigm section. So the Act. Okay, so here. What's it asking me to do? Uh, oh, wrong thing. I'll just close that out. The add symbol in this context. The add symbol in this movie is okay. Tell me there. Path to uncharted territories. Perfect. Oh no. I needed that link. I need to go.
Back to, how do I use it in my day to day work? Back to, how do I use it in my day to day work? Uh, can't say I've ever done this before.
Cool. Got that. Take that out. Because now, what I'm just thinking about, it would be super cool if there was a way to get GPTs to kind of like go through and think about what's the post look like. So now I'm just gonna ask it, is it accurate and true to the title? So it's gonna tell me some stuff about what I've done good, what I haven't done good. So I really like the fact that I was able to ask it where I should insert it. It gave me a really clear indication of where that was, and I was able to do the work. Typically, it hasn't been so good at that. I generally just ask it to dump out the whole thing again. Okay. So simpler explanation, brief tutorial. Yeah, I agree. I mean, not everyone's going to have my context. This is something I'm probably overlooking, so I'm going to add it. I think it'll make the article a little more relevant and attainable to folks. I mean, it is technical, it is nerdy, it's just my ideas. Yeah, I think that's it. That really kind of want the blog continues. The at connector. So we'll go plunk that in. Once again, it keeps the formatting. Like I cannot tell you how much I love the fact that Ghost keeps the formatting. I can copy and paste and work between the two. That's just one of those happy coincidences in life that makes my workflow easier. I mean, if I had to reformat everything, I don't know if I'd be doing it. That's why I'd probably write a connector to dump things out unformatted. One of the things I suggested earlier. Um, okay, cool. Discussions. Let's see here. Let's go through. Socially different dimensions. Tells you capable. Capable classes. I like it. I'm gonna publish it. Cool. All right. Well, there we go. We got it out. It's done. Thanks, folks. Have a good one.